So the topic is amenorrhea or oligomenorrhea. What is amenorrhea and what is oligomenorrhea? Amenorrhea is basically the absence of menstruation for more than 6 months. In absence of pregnancy in a woman of fertile age, and oligomenorrhea is defined as irregular periods at interval of more than 35 days with only 4 to 9 periods a year. The causes can be hypothalamic, pituitary, ovarian, endometrial, or it can occur like both amenorrhea or oligomenorrhea can be primary or secondary. Primary amenorrhea is when girl fail to menstruate by 16 years of age, and secondary amenorrhea is absence of menstruation for more than 6 months in a normal female of reproductive age, that is not due to pregnancy, lactation or menopause, because these are all physiological secondary amenorrhea: pregnancy, lactation and menopause. Now the hypothalamic disorders which will cause amenorrhea includes the excessive exercise, weight loss, stress. These all will cause secondary amenorrhea. Hypothalamic lesions, again secondary amenorrhea. Head injuries, secondary amenorrhea. Kallmann syndrome, this will cause primary amenorrhea. Systemic disorders will cause secondary amenorrhea. And drugs, that again you will rule out in your history that your patient is taking any drug and for how long she is taking that, so that will cause secondary amenorrhea. Now the pituitary disorder will that include the adenomas, pituitary necrosis, iatrogenic damage, congenital failure of pituitary development. Adenomas, pituitary necrosis, iatrogenic damage all are causes of secondary amenorrhea, and congenital failure of pituitary development will result in primary amenorrhea. Ovarian disorders and ovulation is due to PCOS, and PCOS will cause obviously secondary amenorrhea, and ovarian failure is also included in secondary cause. Ovarian failure is the cause of hypergonadotrophic hypogonadism. Premature ovarian failure is defined as cessation of periods before 40 years of age and is discussed in other topic. And the endometrial disorder is primary amenorrhea may result from Mullerian ducts, and that will cause primary amenorrhea. Can be due to absent uterus or outflow tract abnormalities. And the Asherman syndrome, that will cause secondary amenorrhea, and that you will rule out in history and the examination. Also see the BMI of the patient, secondary characteristics of your patient, and the signs of endocrine abnormalities. That is hirsutism, acne, abdominal striatum, moon face, skin changes. Investigations of amenorrhea or oligomenorrhea. So, first of all, starting from history and examination, which will guide towards the investigation of amenorrhea. That is LH, FSH, testosterone, raised LH or raised testosterone could be suggestive of PCOS. Raised FSH may be suggestive of premature ovarian failure, and raised prolactin level may indicate prolactinoma. Thyroid function should be checked if clinically indicated. Ultrasound scan should be useful in detecting the classical appearance of polycystic ovary. This is the classical appearance of polycystic ovary. Multiple follicles could be seen, and this is the gross appearance. developmental yes, and then the can also go for MRI if there is any history suggesting of pituitary adenoma, or hysteroscopy, but that is not routinely done. But if there is suspicion of Asherman or cervical stenosis, then diagnostic hysteroscopy can be done, and karyotyping in case of suspected Turner syndrome. Then the information required is developmental history, including history, age of menarche, menstrual history, reproductive history, cyclical symptoms, hair growth, weight, lifestyle, past medical and past surgical history, drug history, history of headache, galactorrhea, or visual disturbance. Now, what will be the management? In a nutshell, the management would start from if there is low BMI, basically the management of the cause. If there is low BMI, then dietary advice and support, hypothalamic lesions. If there is glioma, then surgery is the management. Hyperprolactinemia or prolactinoma, then dopamine agonist, cabergoline or bromocriptine, or surgery if there is macro, if that the size of the prolactinoma is enlarged. If there's a large prolactinoma, then go for surgery. Premature ovarian failure will be managed by HRD, COCP, and PCOS will be managed according to the patient presentation. If patient has presented with irregular cycle, then the treatment will be COCP. If patient has presented with infertility, then the treatment will be clomiphene. Asherman syndrome, the treatment will be adhesiolysis and intrauterine device insertion at time of hysteroscopy. Cervical stenosis is there, then hysteroscopy and cervical dilatation. So this was all about amenorrhea.